Tayo nang kilalanin ang official, reloaded and final complete lineup ng Meralco bolts para sa 2025-2026 East Asia Super League Tournament. Point guards: Aaron Black, 6'1", 180 pounds, 28 years old, 8.5 points, 3.8 rebounds, 3.5 assists, 0.3 steals, 28% 3-point shooter, 64% free throw shooter ni PBA 49 Philippine Cup averages. And Joe Karam, 5'7", 159 pounds, 34 years old, 3.4 points, 0.9 rebounds, 0.4 assists, 0.3 steals, 22% 3-point shooter ni PBA 49 Philippine Cup averages. Kurt Rayson, sophomore, 5'10", 170 pounds, 27 years old, 9.2 points, 1.8 rebounds, 1 assist, 20% 3-point shooter, 70% free throw shooter ni PBA 49 Philippine Cup averages. Shooting guards: Chris Newsome, team captain, star player, 6'2", 190 pounds, 35 years old, 16.6 points, 4.3 rebounds, 3.8 assists, 1.6 steals, 0.5 blocks, 32% 3-point shooter, 80% free throw shooter ni PBA 49 Philippine Cup averages. Chris Banquero, 6'1", 175 pounds, 36 years old, 16.9 points, 4 rebounds, 2.8 assists, 14% 3-point shooter, 67% free throw shooter ni PBA 49 Philippine Cup averages. CJ Cancino, sophomore, 6'3", 175 pounds, 25 years old, 10.2 points, 2.8 rebounds, 1.2 assists, 0.7 steals, 25% 3-point shooter, 83% free throw shooter ni PBA 49 Philippine Cup averages. Small forwards: Justin Brownlee, naturalized import player considered as local player in EASL, 6'5", 220 pounds, 37 years old, 23.7 points, 9.3 rebounds, 4.6 assists, 0.8 steals, 0.9 blocks, 34% 3-point shooter, 80% free throw shooter ni PBA 49 Commissioner's Cup averages. Bong Quinto, 6'2", 185 pounds, 30 years old, 12.8 points, 4.6 rebounds, 3 assists, 0.8 steals, 48% 3-point shooter, 77% free throw shooter ni PBA 49 Philippine Cup averages. Alain Maliksi, comeback player, 6'4", 180 pounds, 38 years old, 5 points, 3 assists, 50 field goal percentage, 100% free throw shooter, 14 minutes per game, 1 game played in his PBA 49 Commissioner's Cup averages. Jansen Rios, 6'3", 185 pounds, 34 years old, 2.2 points, 1.6 rebounds, 0.6 assists, 0.6 steals, 16% 3-point shooter, 33% free throw shooter ni PBA 49 Philippine Cup averages. Power forwards: Randy Hollis Jefferson, EASL first import, 6'6", 217 pounds, 30 years old, 26.9 points, 12.5 rebounds, 5 assists, 1.8 steals, 1.6 blocks, 30% 3-point shooter, 74% free throw shooter in his last PBA 49 Commissioner's Cup averages. Raymar Jose, 6'4", 200 pounds, 33 years old, 6.9 points, 4.8 rebounds, 0.4 assists, 54 field goal percentage, 62% free throw shooter in his PBA 49 Philippine Cup averages. Cliff Hodge, 6'4", 195 pounds, 37 years old, 9.9 points, 6.6 rebounds, 2.7 assists, 0.9 steals, 0.9 blocks, 47 field goal percentage, 56% free throw shooter in his PBA 49 Philippine Cup averages. Kyle Pascual, 6'6", 213 pounds, 35 years old, 0.6 points, 1.2 rebounds, 0.6 assists, 0.4 blocks, 33 field goal percentage, 50% free throw shooter in his PBA 49 Philippine Cup averages. Centers: Raymond Almazan, 6'8", 194 pounds, 36 years old, 6.8 points, 5 rebounds, 1.4 blocks, 28% 3-point shooter, 75% free throw shooter in his PBA 49 Philippine Cup averages. Ismael Romero, EASL second import, 6'9", 220 pounds, 34 years old, 18 points, 9.9 rebounds, 2.3 assists, 1.1 steals, 28% 3-point shooter, 59% free throw shooter in his 2024-2025 Puerto Rico BSN season averages. Brandon Bates, 6'8", 231 pounds, 28 years old, 3.9 points, 5.9 rebounds, 0.8 blocks, 48 field goal percentage, 33% free throw shooter in his PBA 49th Philippine Cup averages. Ange Kwame, naturalized import player considered as local player in EASL, 6'11", 220 pounds, 27 years old, 7.3 points, 6.2 rebounds, 0.5 steals, 1.2 blocks, 46 field goal percentage, 50% free throw shooter in his 2024-2025 East Asia Super League season averages. Ito ang official, reloaded and final complete lineup ng Meralco Bolts para sa 2025-2026 East Asia Super League Tournament. Sa tingin niyo mga kababos, kaya na bang mag-champion ng Meralco sa loaded lineup nilang ito? I-comment niyo na po yan sa baba.